He's a big part of the band if you don't play along, man.
Forgot choreography.
I have a microphone around here somewhere. Oh, it's in the armpit. There we go. How's that? Is that better? All right. So welcome, everyone. Oh, no one's there. Welcome, everyone. What, you didn't make it by Starbucks this morning or what? Well, great to see you here. My name is Reverend Michael McMorrow. I'm the senior minister here, spiritual director here at the Center for Spiritual Living. You're in Granada Hills, where life is wonderful all the time. And because we make it that way with our thinking. So, we welcome all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. We have a little thing that we like to do here called hugs and handshakes. So we're going to check in with each other and, you know, shake or hug or shake and bake.
What's next? Right. That's right.
Spirits in rebellion, for sure. All right, so let's welcome our presider this morning, Reverend Elizabeth Schneider. And there's a little camera up here. Let's welcome everyone who's online right up here. Hello, you're welcome. Nice to have everyone in the house today. So let's just start out by taking a deep conscious breath. Exhaling, just sighing out the week and allowing ourselves to use the breath to surrender to this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth, well, that's better, is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Reverend Elizabeth lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives and for the space we hold for them here at our center. And as Reverend Elizabeth lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you want to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only
So join me in consciousness, please, this morning, as I speak my word in the first person for each and every person here. So I declare right here and right now, there is one power, one presence that flows through, in, and around all things. It flows to me. It expresses as me. I am an individualized expression of that power, that presence. I am one with a divine being here on this plane of consciousness. And I declare that I am living my best life now. Before I step into my next great adventure, I'm living effectively, effortlessly, experiencing the good, the better, the best. I am generating momentum to move forward dynamically in the four pillars of life: health, prosperity, creative expression, loving relationships. I release old ideas, I activate new ones. I get out of my own way to launch my vision. I release old, worn-out ideas. I allow energy to flow into me, powering my new vision of life. I live in love, knowing the single most important thing in the universe is love. And with love, I live my best life now and in the days and years to come, and I gratefully receive and give thanks for all these wonders of life and more. I release my word into the law of mind, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Together we say, and so it is. So good morning. So these flowers are beautiful. From Leslie. Look at this tree. Marlene, a genius. It's beautiful. Anyway, I recently visited my family in San Francisco for Thanksgiving and to celebrate my birthday. And as I was preparing to buy my usual bus ticket home, my daughter, who doesn't like to see me ride the bus, said, "Mom, you're 79. What? You're afraid I'll have a heart attack on the bus? No, it turns out she feels guilty leaving me on the corner there at Mason and O'Farrell to pick up my shuttle bus that takes me from San Francisco to LA and drops me off in North Hollywood. Long story short, she offered to pay for a private limo service to whisk me in luxury from door to door. And for the first time, I felt elderly. Like I needed to be looked after. I know my hair's gone gray. I've slowed down a bit, but really, elderly? Nah, gotta think youthing. Gotta think radiant good health, strength, vitality. And what would Ernest Holmes say to this unexpected offer? Except, absolutely, tootling down the I-5 in a sleek, black, shiny, chauffeur-driven Cadillac. A joyous experience and a lovely gift. Now, to put this in perspective, I had decided to pay for 6 months of vocal lessons for my granddaughter. She's been watching The Voice. She wants to sing. And so we even wrote up a little mini contract where she would practice so much a day. So there we were, 3 generations of women, lovingly looking after each other. All good. Then there's the bad. My daughter was quite sad about the election. My advice? The antidote to despair is action. Look into the local political party. First of all, she's got really great leadership abilities. Maybe she could run for office. When the kids were in preschool, she was president of the board. Now they're in elementary school, she's president of the PTA. She runs fundraisers. She's got a scout troop, all this kind of stuff. So how does this relate to religious science? And the answer might be in the writings of Walter Starkey. So Kitty Hack and I will be teaching a class based on Starkey's work starting Monday, January 9. And we see the good and the bad and the ugly all around us, whether it's in the recent election or personal losses we've endured. Walter Starkey puts it all in perspective. He says it's necessary to find a realistic balance between living in the absolute and the relative. He says, find that balance between our humanity and our divinity. Okay, so it's not a matter of one or the other. It's rather discovering the key to doing both at the same time. So God is ever present, he said. God is all there is. It's in the bad and the ugly, as well as the good. The human and the divine are one and the same. Even Christ was flawed, and we can learn from his mistakes. Well, in the kickoff class, we'll show part of the very controversial Martin Scorsese film, The Last Temptation of Christ. And in this film, based on a book of the same title, Jesus struggles with his divinity. So it's an interesting perspective on Jesus. He is tempted with the possibility of living a regular, happy human life. Marrying Mary Magdalene, having children, being free from the weight of being the Savior. Well, instead of being crucified, instead of being the Son of God, he experiences being a man. If you come to class, you'll see how this dramatization from the book plays out. And if we can accept failures, weaknesses, and the bad or the ugly in life as opportunities for expansion, for growth, for learning, we can evolve our own Christ consciousness, knowing we are divine as well as human, knowing we are energized by spirit, knowing we can develop a positive mental atmosphere around the things that concern us. We can work toward, and we can create a world that works for everyone, and so it is.
Hi, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Early Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everybody. Nice to see you. Please welcome David and Kent here today. All right. And our 2 Grenadians today are Jerry and Kitty. All right. So joining us all the way from Seattle, right? Portland. Oh, right.
Close.
It's only 3 hours away.
Yeah, close enough.
Beautiful. Is Reverend Mike's son. Let's hear it for Mike Jr. Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've heard the story, you know how it goes. Once upon a garden, we were lovers with no clothes. Fresh from the soil, we were beautiful and true, in control of our emotions, till we ate the poison fruit. And now it's hard to be, hard to be. It's hard to be a decent human being. Wait just a moment, you expect me to believe that all this misbehaving grew from one enchanted tree, and helpless to fight it, we should all be satisfied with this magical explanation for why the living die, and why it's hard to be, hard to be. It's hard to be a decent human being. Childbirth is painful, we toil to grow our food. Ignorance made us hungry, information made us no good. Every burden misunderstood. I swung my tassel to the left side of my cab, knowing after graduation there would be no going back. And no congratulations from my faithful family, some of whom were already praying to win a seat for me, because it's hard to be, hard to be. It's hard to be a decent human being. It's hard to be a decent human being.
Thanks, son. It was perfect, wasn't it? Yeah. And when you come to religious science, it's not that hard to be a decent human being. So, announcements? Yes.
Great job. That was wonderful. Thank you. What a beautiful voice you have.
So deep and clear.
Very nice. Hi, everybody. Happy holidays to y'all. I'm here to highlight some of our announcements. This is a great week. This is my favorite time of year, and there's some wonderful things going on here at our community. Today is the Abraham Hicks group at 2 o'clock, so if you like Abraham and Esther Hicks, please come at 2 o'clock today, and that's facilitated by Mike Carlin. Thank you, Mike, for all that you do here. I want to say that Wednesday night, let me say first that Sangha is having their holiday party Wednesday morning, But then Wednesday night is the Spiral of Light service here in the sanctuary that is so fantastic. If you've never been, please come and experience this. Bring your kids if you have them. The sanctuary is transformed into a labyrinth with, there's pictures there, with holly, not holly, but, this stuff. Boughs of, and it's just, it's so beautiful. Rosalie and her husband do this every year, and then we all place a candle in the labyrinth. It's just a beautiful experience. Please come, do yourself a favor and come to that if you haven't been to that before. And then Sunday, December 25th, is our Welcoming the Christ Christmas service. There will be no 9 a.m. service that day. There will only be one service, Christmas morning, and that will be at 10:30. There's nothing about Christmas Eve on here. So there is a Christmas Eve service as well on Christmas Eve, and that's going to be at 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. Saturday, December 31st, is the World Peace Meditation, and that will be at 4 a.m. on Saturday, December 31st, 4 a.m. here in the sanctuary. And also, I'm going to skip back to December 25th. The Bereavement Support Group is going to be meeting on Christmas Day here in the sanctuary at 1 o'clock. There's also a New Year's Eve service facilitated by Reverend Jessica Fish, Saturday, December 31st at 7 o'clock. And then January 1st is the Burning Bowl ceremony, also another wonderful ceremony that we do here every year. And we will have two services that day, Sunday, January 1st at 9 and at 10:30, and the Burning Bowl will be at both of them. And then Monday, January 9th at 9 o'clock, at 7 o'clock is the beginning of the class that Reverend Elizabeth just spoke about with facilitator, practitioner Kitty Hack. Class Science of Mind 218, It's All God, 8 weeks with them. Also, smileamazon.com. If you shop on Amazon, especially at the holidays, you spend a lot of money on Amazon. If you sign up for smileamazon.com, some of the money comes here back to the center. And there's other ways that we're going to talk about bringing some money into the center. And that's it. If you have any questions about membership or anything else that's going on here at our wonderful center, you could see me or any one of us, and we'll help you out. Thank you. Happy holidays, everybody.
So if you'll stand, we'll do the Declaration of Principles in your programs up here. We believe in the universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
Shine,
I wasn't kidding when I said you guys are my favorite band. Just saying. Yeah, let's give the band some love. Yeah, and they have another song for you that's also quite excellent. And my favorite singer in the house. Yeah. I'd like to say I taught him everything he knows, but that would not be the truth. So some of you may remember Michael from his young immortal days when he played, where was that? Down at on the rocks above the Roxy and at Spaceland, right? Out in, wherever that place is. Where they do, oh, Silver Lake. Yeah. So that was a really loud evening. Yeah, so I just want to point out, invite you to take a look at the artwork. We have new paintings up. Mary Jane Atkins, these are her paintings. So beautiful. And how about the timeliness of these paintings up here? It's almost like she put it into mind, and then we're all out here freezing our tushies off this morning. So, and I do want to take a moment to thank everyone who showed up for the North Valley Caring Service effort yesterday. It was a great turnout. Everybody showed up right when we needed them, and it was really great to know that everything was handled over there. I got a little tied up here because, you know, contractors, right? It's supposed to start on Tuesday. They started on Friday, so I wasn't able to get this done before Saturday. So Michael and my brother Sean stopped in. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw that, and we were able to get all that put together. So, you know, he comes down to visit me, I put him to work. So, but it's been fun hanging out. And so I just, to me, the North Valley Caring Service is one of the sweetest service efforts that we have. And to help these little kids go around and pick out a gift for their parents and then help them wrap them and to see our group an integral part of that effort. So just really thank you. And I want you all to give yourselves a hand. And then I know some wanted to join us, so next year join us. So there are lots of wonderful things. You heard the announcements. I'm not going to go over any of that except to just say the Spiral is really a great evening and very child-friendly. So, well, just treat yourself. Treat yourself and make that happen. So, The Love of the Universe is the talk title. The global vision for this month, the Living Spirit, the declaration of principles that we are working with, that we believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God. So, I too love this time of year. I love the imagery of the lights, the way that we tie in the solstice or these ancient remembrances or observances from other traditions before Judeo-Christianity showed up. But also, this year we get to celebrate, well, in fact, you know, in a way, the Jewish folks are kind of getting shortchanged this year because Hanukkah's on Christmas Eve. Now, I don't know if they feel that way or if they like, okay, cool, we're finally aligned with that. But it seems like some kind of cruel joke of the Jewish calendar, like one of those things that God did to Job or something. But I don't know. I don't know how they feel about that. But it is my intention. It is my intention to include a remembrance within our Christmas Eve candlelight service on Saturday night, and in an appropriate way. And I also want to point out, it is, for me, it's really interesting to look at the Jewish traditions around this time of year, because it's been exploding Christmas everywhere since October. And but I do like looking at things Jewish. And this song that Michael picked out was not worked out between us. It was a song that spoke to him. But I love the idea that we grow up in these traditions, and he spoke beautifully of the Genesis story, the Genesis myth even, right? And how we grow up within this framework. and it's great, right? And it works until it doesn't. And then what do you do if you're that kind of person where it just feels so difficult to work within that framework, right? And to work within, here you have this accomplishment, right? Your graduation day, moving the tassel over to the other side and having family members who don't make it because they're fasting for your soul, right? Be out of their concern. So this is in the lyric, right? So we have this wonderful Jewish narrative that gets forgotten, and gets forgotten by many folks within the mainline Christian teaching, except as maybe just kind of a broad overview. So to me, this time of year, it's interesting to look at things Jewish, because so many of the traditions of Christmas do have their roots in Judaism. And so the roots in Judaism and the wisdom of the ancients, these ancients continues to influence our culture and also this teaching that we call New Thought. So to this end, in youth church today, the older children will be learning about the Jesse tree. The Jesse tree, which has been used as a teaching aid, here's a natural one, which has been used as a teaching aid over the centuries to demonstrate the lineage of Jesus from Abraham, which sustains biblically and lays the foundation of the Christian claim of Jesus as Messiah. So Jesse was the father of David and a direct descendant from Judah, Jacob, Isaac, Abraham. And so he was a link in this messianic line. Now, the Hebrews really paid attention to a few key things. One was lineage. So remember, if you've ever tried to read the Hebrew Bible, or the Old Testament as Christians call it, all right, so Saul begat this one, and this one begat that one. There's like reams of it in Genesis, right? It's like, like, really, do we even care? But they really paid attention to this lineage thing. They paid attention to the law. Right? So there's the Ten Commandments and the Torah, which is a commentary on that law, right? And the prophets, right? So the ancient Hebrews very much believed in the gift of prophecy. And in Judaism, there were prophets who came along in a regular basis, and their function was to straighten people out, right? To bring them back and kind of give them a spiritual smack dab and get their attention. Now, sometimes it was about people generally, right? So like when they're making golden calves and worshiping them after guys just slaved all day long to bring these tablets down to you, not good. But usually these prophets were about keeping the ruling elite, or kings in particular, in line and reminding them, hey, you got to take care of the widows. You got to take care of the orphans, right? And to call them out in their hubris and their arrogance. And those are really the fun prophets. Jeremiah, Samuel, Isaiah. So in this way, and by way of information, Judaism teaches that the prophets are complete. That's done. And I suppose the Christians kind of feel that the same way. Islam, another Abrahamic religion, teaches that Jesus was a prophet, and Muhammad, blessed be his holy name, is the last prophet of Islam. So the ancient world, whether they were Romans, Greeks, Hebrews, they loved them some prophets, and they loved their prophecy. And isn't today, do we not still love things prophetic? Right? Is it not intriguing to us when we hear things that appear to be prophetic? Now, why is this important? Well, there were two main prophets, Samuel and Isaiah, who spoke to and prophesied about the Jewish Messiah and how that was all going to come down. So from Isaiah, I think it's 11, Isaiah 11, 1 and 2, then a shoot will spring from the stem of Jesse, and the branch from his roots will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and strength, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. Now again, why is this important? Because these are the texts that the New Testament writers, and at times Jesus himself, referred to establish his credentials as the Most High. Okay, so again, Jesse, the father of David, a direct descendant from Judah, descended from Jacob, from Isaac, and Abraham. So he was a link in this messianic line. So next week, we're going to hear the story of Joseph, who was a husband of Mary, who was getting ready to pop. She was riding on a donkey, heading to Egypt, right? Undocumented, right? Right? Undocumented migrant workers. It's true, right? Because he had to go to the city of Bethlehem, which was the city of David, right? City of David, because he had to pay his taxes, right? And so there's this, and then there was no room at the, and so Jesus didn't have a bed, so he had to sleep in a manger. It's a beautiful story, right? That the Lord of the universe was not born the great king of Persia, but rather in these humble beginnings. Yeah, beautiful story. So there's this lineage, and this Jesse tree thing ties into that. Now, in medieval times, this is like from the 12th century. They used the teaching, this Jesse tree idea, to teach this concept of lineage and of genealogy and of trees. And of course, on the Jesse tree, which actually kind of looks like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, are hung, well, yeah, it's like very sparse, right? Because you need room. And are hung these Jewish icons, such as tablets, little ornaments, the coat of many colors, right? So from Joseph. There might be a burning bush. We'll see what Lissa does with this today. So it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to work on this for a couple of weeks. But the point is that it's used to instruct Christians about the Jewish heritage from which the Christian religion has emerged. So now, outside of bringing a little holiday history here to the day, I'm using this to underscore how important the gift of prophecy was to the ancients. Right? The gift of prophecy, prophets to the ancients, but also to ask, right? So the inquiry, do we give any credence to the gift of prophecy today? I'm not talking about like Gene Dixon or whoever, Miss Cleo or whoever's out there doing their thing now, right? Prophecy. Do we give any credence to the gift of prophecy today? Or more specifically, do you practice the gift of prophecy today? What do you think about that idea? And if you do, how? Now, I think that most rational, science-based people would generally scoff at the idea of prophecy in modern life. But I wonder if this is really true in practice. Prophecy. So I've been speaking these last several months to some pretty tragic stuff that's been going on in the outer world, right? I mean, some stuff's been going on. So police shootings of unarmed black men, policemen shot and killed in the line of duty as well, terror attacks, more mass shootings, and then at the end of all that, probably the most contentious election in modern history. And many people, conservatives and progressives, have been contacting me and speaking to their stuff. So conservatives concerned because they don't feel free enough to talk about the way they voted, and progressives about their own stuff and around their concerns or even fear for the future. So considering our own thoughts in this arena, in consideration of things within the outer world, what is it we are prophesizing? What are we prophesizing? Is it gloom and doom, or is it light and love? And knowing that we are working with the perfect law of life that knows only to say yes knowing that we are working with the great law of life that demonstrates our deepest held thoughts and beliefs. In this way, do we not all of us have within us some kind of gift of prophecy? Of prophecy. So if we can't buy that, can we at least, if we don't feel like we can prophesize what's going to happen, can we at least make an educated guess as to what we're going to demonstrate based on the tendency of our thinking? Can we at least guess what if we are going to be able to demonstrate more fear or more light? And if that's not available, can we at least know what we want to see demonstrate in the outer world is to know that it's exactly what 99% of the rest of the human family wants. Clean water, safe and enough food to eat, shelter, goodwill, and peace towards all men and women. Right? So if we're like, what is it? We're 7 billion now, right? So what's 1% of that? Right? Those are the troublemakers. Everybody else has this idea. They just want to know that the world is safe and that there's enough. And the truth is that this is our divine inheritance. That it is not a question of whether it's out there. It's it may be a distribution problem, but it's not an abundance issue. So there's been a lot of work this year, to be sure. Let's not pretend otherwise. And yet at the same time, we must remember and continue to know in our deepest levels of ourself that it is a beautiful and true thought to realize that every person stands in the shadow of a mighty mind, a pure intelligence, and a divine givingness. That the farmer has seen the heavenly hosts in the field. That the child has frolicked with it at play. That the mother has grasped it to her breast, and the fond lover has seen it in the eyes of the beloved. That Ernest Holmes says that we look too far away for reality. Right? So that large R reality is again Holmes' way of encouraging us to see God as something much bigger than these little confines and limited ways of thinking about it, and really to engage the imagination and the intuition to have a much deeper experience of what the divine is. So we're not playing let's pretend. We are knowing the truth. We are not denying that there are challenges to life. We are denying the idea that these challenges have power over our life. That we are always at a choice point in all of it. And so in this way, we prophesy, if you like, as the life of our highest good every time we turn our thought that way. And just as in the lineage of the ancient Hebrews, they've left this wonderful legacy, this wonderful tradition, through our own thinking, we too are leaving a legacy for our descendants. Right? In fact, we are leaving a legacy for the days of our lives as they unfold until the last one. So, we prophesy, if you like, as the life of our highest good every time we turn our thought that way. And to do otherwise is folly. It does not serve. So here's an illustration. How many of us really know what's going to happen tomorrow? How many of us really know what's going to happen tomorrow, much less on January 21st or whatever the date is? 20th, okay. So many people are really suffering around this idea, and they suffer because they are so certain they know what is going to happen. Certain. But the truth is we cannot know. We can't know until we get there. So far, outside of the talk and some of these goofy appointments, the only thing that has happened is that the Dow Jones is headed to 20,000. I mean, who would have ever thought that would have happened a few months ago? It's crazy. What? No comments. Yeah, thanks, Obama. Yeah, funny. So, but to me, it's just kind of nuts. So what can we know for sure? There's all this stuff going on. What can we know for sure? That divine right action always prevails and is always demonstrating. And in knowing this, we must keep our eye single on the reality that God is. All the time, everywhere present, ever powerful, ever creative, infusing itself into everything, looking for more ways to be creative by means of its creation. So this I found in the Metaphysical Dictionary, hearkening back to this idea of Jesse and shoots and so forth. When man realizes the eternal existence of I am and is firm and strong in this realization, he is in the Jesse state of mind. And out of this state of mind will come God's idea of man, the Christ. Right? This is the shoot, the fruit of the root idea that man is ever living, the I am of God. Our prayer work then is based in this consciousness and is like a shoot or root from the mind of the Creator itself. This is the trunk, that we are the shoot, longing, right? That the Creator is longing to express life as itself by means of all of its creation, including you and me. So prayer in its truest sense then, in this way, prayer in its truest sense is an alignment, a unifying process which takes place in the mind as it reaches to its divine self and to the power which is greater than human understanding. Now, to me, I find this helpful when things look confusing in the outer realm. And personally, I'm done ranting and raving about the outer world. Now, Tuesday night at the Onion, if you were there, that was my last hurrah, which was really fun, by the way. And I felt so supported by this community because so many of you came out, right? And it was a bit of a rant. And at the end of it, we brought light to all of these 22 issues that we had. And the people who were there, we had little tea lights that we were using to symbolize the light we were bringing to the darkness. And that then people took these issues and are working this light with these issues. This is our work as metaphysicians, to know that we have power. That we have power because our word is spiritual law. Really? Really. Why is that? Because it impresses itself upon a law of mind of the God itself that is always responding to it. That our mind and God's mind are resonating and aligning right now. So what are we thinking about? What are we thinking about? So it has been pointed out to me by a good friend of mine that for me, this has been a very good and prosperous year for me and for our center generally. And in the places where this does not appear so, action can be taken. We treat, we move our feet. And so for those experiencing temporary struggle, we can know the truth for them, that this truth is the great I am, the shoot and root of our being, regardless of difficulty, longing to express itself in and through and as our life. So in this way then, let us confidently move out into the world. Practice it this week in particular. You know, you get a freebie to be loving and kind this week. Right? They call it Christmas spirit. But all it means is love your neighbor as you love yourself, and love God above all things, and don't be such a wuss about expressing it. Do it courageously, right? Do it courageously, knowing that each time, with each instance that we do it, we are changing the world for good. That we are shifting and lifting the consciousness of the planet by beginning within ourselves, one thought at a time. And when enough of us get into that, and Tara Barak says, when a third of us planet-wise get into this as a spiritual practice, the whole gig is going to change. This is the truth I would invite you to know with me. So, if I don't see you, have a nice holiday. But I expect to see you all on Christmas. You get golden metaphysical spiritual points if you show up on Christmas Day here at the center of Granada Hills. All right, so enough of that. Let's invite the musicians up, and we're going to take a deep conscious breath. And we're going to think on this a little bit today. We're going to think about how to use this day to generate a sense of connectedness, a sense of life, a sense of love, a sense of knowing that, maybe the only thing we need to really release is any elderly thoughts, right, Reverend Elizabeth? Those old ideas that they are elderly now, all right? Kick away the walker, don't support them anymore, and step into ways of thinking and being that are calling for the greatest expression of life as you and as me. That we step into the idea that we are, that you are, and I am the light unto the world. It's time. The world is waiting for you to do this. So practice it this week. And then really, let's check in with each other next week and see how this one went. Happy holidays. See you soon.
Brightly shining, it is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Shall cease. joy, in grateful praise we raise thee. Let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Their names forever praise we. Noel, Noel, O night divine. Noel, Noel, O night divine. Noel, Noel, O night divine.
Yeah, let's give the band some more love. Give our singer some more love. And by the way, it is Christmas coming up. And I was just going to mention this. And don't get mad at me, Ken.
Yeah.
And Kent and David. Musicians love gifts of cash around the holiday.
Why would I be mad?
I'm serious. If you enjoy and love the music as much as I do, right? If all of us found $20, $30, $40, $50, $2,000 to give the musicians, right? All those little pieces would make a big difference. So, all right? So, please don't be embarrassed or annoyed with that. So, as we call our ushers forth, we go into our offering song.
Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me.
So going within just for a moment more, just recognizing and knowing that the gifts presented here this morning in the basket are a demonstration of consciousness that knows and knows that it knows that God is our source, our substance, our supply. And so from the generous heart of the individual from which these gifts have been offered, as representing the heart of this community, we accept these gifts with deep appreciation, love, and respect. Where was I? Respect, yes. So we're accepting these gifts with deep appreciation, love, and respect as we know they go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless not only this Center for Spiritual Living, but the lives and intentions of each one here this morning. That we know this truth for our community of Granada Hills, for our city of Los Angeles, for our state of California, for our United States of America, all of its churches, temples, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them, for our planet as well, that we know all of it is an emanation demonstrating right out of the mind of the Creator itself. And to the extent that we know this and really know it to be so, we see it demonstrating in all ways, great and small. This lifts our heart. We feel a sense of connectedness and grace that allows us to experience spiritual living, one thought at a time. We are grateful. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. So please give a holiday thank you to lovely Rita and our pal Bill for being ushers this year. Thank you very much. Hey, guess what? I talked about the Jesse tree. Jesse tree is right here, man. All right, so who's going to tell us about it?
I guess I am.
Okay, can we use this mic? Yes.
Cookies.
Yes, the most important part was the cookies. We have a Jesse tree there. There'll be more ornaments that'll be coming on it next week, but we wanted to show you what we have so far. Last week we made the wreaths, which we talked about welcome and inviting people and having them in our spaces. And now we have those bigger ornaments, which are very colorful, and they have affirmations on the outside of the things that we want for this season and going into the new year. Things like love and peace and joy and family. And then we made sweet treats for us. Cookies. Ugly sweater cookies, which they liked the best. So.
Ugly sweater cookies.
Yes.
I like that. So I guess I have to apologize for jamming all that Hebrew history down your throat this morning. But I'm not going to. All right. So let's thank the band one more time. Thank you all for being here this morning. Reverend Elizabeth is going to pray us out. Let's thank Mike one more time for coming down to Portland.
Yeah, Mike.
Working so hard. I love you, man.
Program, there is a form if you would like treatment, worked by our practitioner corps, and also practitioners are available for treatment after the service. So if you'll join me in consciousness, please, as I speak my word in the first person for each and every person here this morning. So I declare there is one power, and I am an expression of that power. I know that my word has power. I know that my thoughts have power. I shift my thinking to address the challenges in my life, as well as to change the conditions in my world. I draw on the spiritual directive, the directive of belief, knowing the answer to my prayers in the prayer itself. I carry within me the spirit of wisdom, of understanding, of counsel, of strength, of knowledge. And so I can use this spirit. I can use this spirit to demonstrate good in my life and in the conditions in the larger world. I know I'm walking in a field, a cornucopia of good, the primordial essence from which all things are made, and from which I draw my own substance and supply. And I direct my consciousness toward expressions of love, of peace, of harmony, and of respect for myself and for the conditions I want to see change in the world. I am heard as I speak my word to the cosmic essence. I experience the reply. There is only one power, one source, one life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And I am in perfect alliance, in alignment with that power, with that one power. And with love and gratitude, and from this cornucopia of good, I release my word into the law of mind, knowing it returns to be multiplied abundantly. Together we say, so it is.
Please stand for the peace song. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Hi, Reverend Michael McMorrow here, Senior Minister at the Center for Spiritual Living. We're delighted that you've chose to join us here on live streaming at the CSL GH YouTube site. If you would like to consider supporting us, please go to our website and use our PayPal option and donate today. Thank you very much. Peace and blessings. See you soon.